Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show. And today we're wrapping up part two of our series on 24 books every entrepreneur should read. Plus, we're going to give you an insight into the reading habits of 9 of the most successful entrepreneurs on the planet today. So, hustle on in here, man. Do me a favor, comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and all your brand. Smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Local Biz Marketing Pros studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. Local Biz Marketing Pros, a full-service digital marketing software solutions company that wants to help you win in this game of marketing. They want to help you optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, and grow your revenue. Check out localbizmarketingpros.com. Today, we're talking 24 books every entrepreneur must read in 2022. This is part two of a two-part series, and we're also going to go into the minds or the reading habits of 9 of the most successful entrepreneurs on the planet. But speaking of entrepreneurship, I need you to do me a favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Let me know the name of your business and all your brand. Smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen, if you like to see the show grow. So before we get into today's episode, a couple quick announcements. I'm going to post a link in the group for in the chat for Kicking It For a Cause. It's going down today, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the St. Louis metro area and you want to become part of a roundtable discussion about how we make our community better, make sure y'all check out Kicking It For a Cause today. The address and everything is at that link in the comments. I will be in the building myself, networking and connecting and contributing to the conversation about how we can build and turn our hoods back into neighborhoods and communities. Also, if you are an owner of one of our products, the Black Biz Success offers the sales opportunity system or the home-based biz marketing system. This weekend, this Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will be hosting some live system training. So if you're part of one of our respective Facebook groups, then you'll get that notification and where to sign up and join us live for that. Last week, we talked about building your scheduling funnel. This week, we'll be talking about building lead magnet funnels and just building your systems overall to help you better understand how to market with automation. So today we're talking 24 books every entrepreneur should read, plus the reading habits of 9 of the most successful entrepreneurs on the planet today. Also, I want to give a call to action. If you are a local service-based business and you're trying to figure out how I can dominate my local area, how when someone searches for a product or service near me, they find me, then I also dropped a link to our private Facebook group in the chat. It's called Local Biz Marketing Mastermind. You can join that group for free and learn some marketing strategies specifically for local biz marketing, like Google My Business, local SEO, how to turn your local business or how to compete with national brands as a local business. So y'all know how we do every episode of the Cortez Hustle Show. We start with a quote of the day, and today's quote says this: "Don't let pain define you. Let it refine you instead." And that's from an unknown source. I heard it this morning as I was working out to some motivational stuff, and hit me like a ton of bricks, man. I've been saying for years that you cannot let trials, troubles, and tribulations define you. You can't let those things stop you. In fact, you've got to come to this resolution and this conclusion that every time you decide to start doing anything of any amount of significance, you are by default inviting some troubles and some hardships into your life. Number one, because in order for you to do something major, it's going to require you to change, and all change is difficult. Let me run that back. Every time you decide to do anything different or anything special, it's going to require you to change, and all change is difficult. All change creates what's known as disruption in your life. And sometimes that disruption is in the form of trials and tribulations. But you got to understand how to stand strong on the faith and belief that you wouldn't have the desire to improve, to do anything of any significance, if you didn't already have on the inside of you everything that you need to grow into the person that you need to become in order to make it happen. Y'all notice what I said there? I didn't say you had everything on the inside of you to do what you are trying to do. I said you have everything on the inside of you to grow into the person that you need to become in order to do what you need to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that growth is hard, right? That growth hurts. That growth is painful, but you can't let it define you. You must let it refine you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the quote of the day right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Local Biz Marketing Pros. We want to help you optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow so you can grow your revenue and expand your operation and contribute more to the local communities that you serve. Go to localbizmarketingpros.com to download our free online marketing checklist that will help you get better with your online marketing. So this is part 2 of a 2-part series. On Monday, we started this series. We talked about the 24 books every entrepreneur should read in 2022. I'm going to grab that link to that article and I'm going to post it. We will recap some of the books that we went over, but it's a large list, so we got to move really quickly. But before I do that, I found this other article as well that talks about the most successful people sharing their reading habits, right? And I thought this was pretty dope. We kicked it off last week kind of the same way, on Monday, kind of the same way, talking about how, you know, many books Warren Buffett reads, how much time he spends reading. So let's just go into this article really quickly. We're going to hit this list really hard. So this article basically breaks down 9 of the most successful people in their reading habits. Most successful people credit reading in some capacity as a factor in their success. How much do you guys read, right? I don't know. I'm almost embarrassed to say I read about 10 minutes a day, right? Maybe an hour a week if I combine all of those 10 minutes. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 15, right? About an hour a week. And then when I looked at some of the successful people that I look up to and some of the people that I aspire to pattern some of my business habits after and see how much they read, I'm like, man, you need to get your ish together, brother. A young Elon Musk read for 10 hours each day before growing up to becoming Tesla's CEO. Uh, uh, these days, former Microsoft CEO Bill Gates reads a new book every week. And here I am reading 10 hours a day. What? We talked about this on Monday. We'll just recap it a little bit. Warren Buffett spends 5 to 6 hours a day reading 5 different newspapers. He also combs through about 500 pages of financial documents and recommends prospective investors to do the same. That's how knowledge works, he says. It builds up like compound interest. All of you can do it, but I guarantee not many of you will. That's an interesting perspective to look at. It builds up, it compounds like compound interest. Speaking of knowledge that you can pick up from books. Bill Gates, the former CEO of Microsoft, says he's reading about 50 books a year, roughly a book a week. Most of the books are nonfiction, dealing with public health, disease, engineering, business, and science. Every now and then he'll breeze through a novel, right? And I'm reading 10 hours a week. Oh. All right. Mark Zuckerberg in 2015, the Facebook CEO vowed to read one book every other week with an emphasis on learning about different cultures, beliefs, histories, and technologies. He wrote in the Facebook post, books allow you to fully explore a topic and immerse yourself in a deeper way than most media today. I'm looking forward to shifting more of my media diet towards reading books. How much are you guys reading on a daily or weekly basis? I'm curious to know. Anybody beating my 10 minutes a day, my 1 hour a week, right? Of course, the queen of book clubs, right? Oprah Winfrey, the veteran talk show host, has been advising her viewers reading habits with Oprah's book club, her personal path to freedom. Books allowed me to see a world beyond the front porch of my grandmother's shotgun house, she said in her acceptance speech in a 2004 Humanitarian Awards acceptance. The power to see possibilities beyond what was allowed at that time, right? Man, you got to change your habits, right? Different inputs equal different outputs. I hope y'all get that. You got to start putting something different in if you want to get a different result out. Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban is a vocal supporter of treating business like a sport, which means he looks for the competitive edge however he can. Everything I read was public, he wrote in his blog's success and motivational series. Anyone could buy the same books and magazines. The same information was available to anyone who wanted it. Turns out most people didn't want it. Oh man, if you guys have not already, make sure you hit that share button. If you're listening to this on the podcast version of the show, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, make sure that you hit that follow button and leave us a review. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, we would love to get your feedback on how you suggest we make it better, right? I want you to think about what he's saying. He said everything he read was public. So he didn't go and buy a ton of books. He found the same information online for free. And he said, you can do the same thing. Most people don't want it. Most people simply don't want it, right? David Rubenstein. Now, I don't even know who David Rubenstein is. Should I be embarrassed about that? Right? A billionaire co-founder of the private equity firm, the Carlyle Group, reportedly reads up to 8 newspapers a day and 6 books a week. What? That's what it takes to get on that billionaire level? 8 newspapers a day, 6 newspapers per week, right? From early on, I've been pretty driven, he told the Baltimore Sun in 2010, right? Amazing. Phil Knight from Nike Success, right? When asked by the Times in 2007, he preserved the liberal. Let me read that over. When asked by the Times in 2007, he preserved the library after stepping down as CEO 3 years prior. Knight responded with incredulity, right? Of course, the library still exists, he said. I'm always learning, right? So he had so much money that a library was about to go down. And he said, nah, we're going to put that money, we're going to keep that library up and open, right? That's how much he loves reading. Elon Musk, long before he became the CEO of Tesla, and even before he co-founded PayPal, a young Musk was reading science fiction novels for up to 10 hours a day. He also reportedly read through the entire Encyclopedia Britannica when he was 9 years old. Wow. When asked how he knew so much about rockets, he said, I read books, right? He learned how to make rockets from reading books. Incredible, incredible, incredible. So my question to you is, can you take the time to read a little bit more, right? I used to say make time, but we human, we don't make time. God already made time. We take time. In order for me to read more, I know exactly what I must do. I have to take time either from my sleeping habits, take time from my leisure habits, take time from my working habits, take time from somewhere else that I'm allocating my time to right now in order to make more time to read. Point blank, period. There's no end discussion. And our 1 minute motivation the other day talked about calling excuses what they are. Excuses are lies, people. Excuses are lies that you tell yourself when you don't want to do something. And one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves is we don't have time. That is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves, is that we don't have time. No, we got time. We just don't want to take the time from some of the other BS that we're doing and invest that into some productive habits and activities. So let's recap really quickly the first 12 books that we got through last week. So let's go. 24 books every entrepreneur should read. First on the list was Losing My Virginity by Richard Branson. We all know who Richard Branson is, and this is his success. And his success is nothing but extraordinary, right? The book, originally published in 1998, The Act of Studying Successful Entrepreneurs, is essential for those who have ambitions of reaching the very top of their field. Perennial Seller by Ryan Holiday was next on the list. The Art of Making and Marketing Work That Lasts, right? This is one that's interesting to me, and I'm probably going to go ahead and grab this one because I understand fully that we are in an ecosystem that allows you to build things that can potentially last forever, right? One of the reasons I do this podcast is so that my great grandchildren will be able to come back, see my voice, hear my thoughts on certain topics, and know that it was no accident that they get to live a life that I laid the foundation for, right? That's important to me, to document this on a journey. Dare to Lead. I love books on leadership. This is Brene Brown, created one of the best books for all entrepreneurs looking to develop their ability to lead. The 4-Hour Work Week. Been hearing so much about this one and still haven't added it to the library just yet. Tim Ferriss, right? Escape the 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich, right? A famous book amongst the entrepreneur world. This book outlines the process in which we can live like millionaires without having to be millionaires. Shoe Dog. This is the Phil Knight book. A memoir by the founder of Nike, and a book that renowned Bill Gates named one of his favorite 5 books of 2016. Nice. Think and Grow Rich, of course, the Napoleon Hill classic. Over 15 million copies sold. A truly inspiring book and one of my favorites. Not only does this book provide 13 key principles to success, but these principles can be used towards any achievement you may wish. So Think and Grow Rich is not only Think and Grow Rich in money, but Think and Grow Rich in you fill in the blank, right? Think and Grow Rich in community involvement. Think and Grow Rich in family, Think and Grow Rich, and career, right? These are success principles. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This is yet another one of those classics that I don't own. I own a lot of classics, but I don't own this one for some reason. This is Stephen Covey. With over 40 million copies sold worldwide, this bestseller has changed the lives of countless people, spanning from entrepreneurs to CEOs to stay-at-home parents. Disciplined Entrepreneurship, Bill Aulet. Going back towards the more business side of things, this book is for entrepreneurs looking to create the best possible startup. Aulet specifies that the idea of your business is never as important as the process. This is important, which is laid out in 24 steps. So a 24-step process for the perfect business startup. Some of you guys know that I am in the startup phase of Local Biz Marketing Pros, as I am building a marketing agency that's dedicated to small service-based businesses that are looking to go beyond 6 figures, right? They're stuck at 6 figures. Most of their businesses is based on word of mouth, but they really haven't tapped into the internet yet. Those are the businesses that I want to help get to the next level. So it sounds like this is a great book for that. We're going to continue our recap, and I'm going to give you the rest of the books in the 24 lists here, but we've got to pause for 1 minute motivation. If you're new to the Cortez Hustle Show, every single episode we do something called 1 minute motivation. So we play a short motivational clip, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. I ask that those who are watching us live, you're able to comment your takeaway, and I'll try to read as many as I can. And I'll give you a couple of my takeaways as well. So let's get into 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
One of the things you got to understand, my friend, is that you're supposed to fail. You're supposed to fail, because failure is the stepping stone to success. It's not just cliche. Failure is an experience that lends to wisdom that ultimately makes you a stronger version of yourself.
Like, until I make my dreams become a reality, I'm not quitting. I don't care how much money I have to invest. I'm going to continue to do this until I become successful. All right. I've got a rule called the show up rule. Right. Somebody said you can pretend that you care, but you can't pretend that you're there. The only way you can be there is to show up. And what I'm asking you to do for me, you'll never be a failure if you show up every single day. Every single day when I come, I show up and I let failure know failure is not an option. So what? It takes 12 years to get it forward. Failure is not an option. So what? I put myself in a PhD program when I know that to be a great person in a PhD program, you have to read well, you have to write well, which are my 2 greatest weaknesses. But failure is not an option. Failure is not an option. You can't even let it sink into your brain into not even a second. You have to know that this thing is going to work. Come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months. It may not happen in a year. It may not happen in 2 years. But at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
Who's ready to proclaim that with sincere belief? My dreams will become a reality, come hell or high water. Some of us are still wishing for our dreams to come true. Some of us are still hoping for them to come true. And can I challenge you for a second that the only reason that they haven't come true is because you haven't decided that they will come true. There's power in a decision. Like when you resolve that this thing is going to get done and I'm going to do it no matter what, you'd be amazed at how the resources begin to show up in your life to make that thing a reality. But here's what you also have to understand. is that when you decide to do anything of significance, yes, the universe moves in your favor to bring the resources into your consciousness, right? And I say bring them to your consciousness because they've always been there, but you couldn't see them until you decided that you were going to do a thing, right? It's called your reticular activating system. Once you decide something, then the things that you need to help make that decision a reality, they come into focus. You can see them, they come into your consciousness. But the minute that you decide to do something, you also bring into your life challenges designed to strengthen you, designed to quicken you, and to help you become the person you need to become in order to do the thing that you're trying to do. If you don't know this going in, you'll see those challenges as a sign that this isn't meant for you. You'll see the challenges as a sign that the timing isn't right. No, the timing is perfect. In fact, that's why the challenge has shown up in your life at this time, so that when you press through, when you persevere through, when you persist through that challenge, you develop the strength and the mental chops needed to continue down the path towards that goal. It's like when you play video games and every level builds upon the previous level. Every level gets a little bit tougher and tougher, but it is in overcoming the obstacles in the previous level that allowed you the strength, that allowed you the skill development to now even be on the next level. But in order to win at the next level, you got to overcome some more challenges. So you got to see what those challenges for what they are. They are strength builders. They are barbells into you shaping your skill set, shaping your mindset, developing and becoming first the person that you need to become in order to later do the activities that you need to do with consistency, with intensity, in order to get the result that you're after. Those challenges aren't there to make you quit. Those failures are not stumbling blocks. They're stepping stones, so that when you climb on top of them and when you conquer them and you stand on top of them, you can see further down the road towards your goals. And you can see the next challenge coming because you're standing on the last one that you've conquered, right? Understand how to put failure in its proper perspective, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is 1 minute motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Local Biz Marketing Pros. We want to help you optimize your online presence, increase your lead flow, grow your revenue so that you can expand your operation and contribute more to your local communities. Go to localbizmarketingpros.com to get all of the details. So we're talking 24 books that all entrepreneurs should read. If you missed the show, then you might want to catch the replay on this, because we also talked about the habits of 9 the most successful people on the planet and what their reading habits look like, so that if you're like me and I'm looking at my 10 minutes a day, right? My 50 to 60 minutes a week. And I'm like, Elon Musk as a kid was reading 10 hours a day. Man, that's how you get wisdom. That's how you get knowledge. That's how you get understanding, ladies and gentlemen. You got to put in the time. You got to put in the work. So we were recapping some of the other books. Choose Yourself by James Altucher. A key takeaway from this book is the 1% rule, the idea that every day you can improve yourself or your business by 1%. Altucher points out this simple but very effective method of self-development and allowing us to become 36% better year after year. Jason Fried and David Heinemeier wrote Rework, offering a refreshing insight into business. Fried and Heinemeier encourage people who don't necessarily self-identify as entrepreneurs to create a small, profitable business to supplement their main income. Let me hang out right here for a minute because y'all know that I'm a huge proponent of having a home-based business. Why is a home-based business such an important cog in your wealth building journey? Because we hear all the time that wealthy people don't pay taxes, or they pay very little taxes, or they have all of these tax shelters. And they do. A corporation is a tax shelter. Real estate is a great tax shelter. Certain other investment vehicles are tax shelters. Whole life insurance is a tax shelter. Understanding how to use debt is a tax shelter. If I borrow $1 million, guess how much taxes I pay on borrowed money? 0. So they buy assets like real estate. They create investment portfolios that they can then borrow against. And they pay 0 taxes, and then they live off that borrowed money. There's no taxes paid. You know what? One of the best tax shelters there is for middle class people, working class people, working poor people, one of the best tax shelters that exist is a home-based business. Here's why. Your biggest expense is taxes, right? That's your biggest expense. Most working Americans are losing $300 to $600 per month in income tax from their job. If you started a home-based business, because you're a business owner, you pay less taxes. That means that $300 to $600 a month can come back into your household. That's a game changer. You take that $300 to $600 a month, you use it to start paying down some of your debts. You use it to start building your emergency fund. You use it to start investing. Then you start making money with your business. Now, you just added another stream of income. But on top of that, because you use some of the $300 to $600 a month to start paying down some debt, now your credit score goes up, putting you in even a better position to leverage other people's money to start building real generational wealth. Because you paid off some of your debts, now your cash flow has increased. Your debt to income ratio has completely flipped. Now you are in even better position to start building generational wealth. Then on top of that, you start understanding how the tax code really works. And now everything that you do, you run it through this filter. Can this be a tax write-off for me and my business? Half the miles I put on my car are tax write-off because 50% of the times I get in my car, I'm going to do something for business. Right? My home studio where I record my podcast takes up about 20% of the living space of my house. That means 20% of my rent every month is a tax write-off. 20% of my electric bill, 20% of my gas bill, 20% of my water bill, 20% of the lawn service, any maintenance I have to do on this house, 20% of it is a tax write-off because I have a home-based business. Want to learn more about that? Go to financialhealthmentor.com and check out some testimonials of some people that rock with me in business, right? So let's move on. Purple Cow, Seth Godin, right? It's fairly to say that Seth Godin needs no introduction, except maybe that he has written 19 international bestsellers. The Purple Cow describes the value in standing out by not fitting in. Write this down if you're taking notes. Different is better than better. Stop trying to be better than everybody and stand in your difference. Stop trying to hide that thing that makes you different and stand on that thing that makes you different. Because it is your pride in that thing that makes you different that's really going to change the game for you. Right? I want you to think about that. To sell is human. Daniel Pink. Daniel Pink explains that selling is a fundamental skill in human society. This isn't solely focused on selling a product. It also relates to the persuading others to take action. We sell all day, every day. right? I had to sell my wife on going to see the Note movie this weekend, right? She ain't into those kind of movies, but I had to sell her on going to see that movie. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all my thoughts on it, but go check it out for yourself. Buy, then build. Walker Dybel, right? This is a good one for me to get, right? This takes a whole new look on how we generally see entrepreneurship. Instead of following the trend that's starting our own business, why not buy an already existing business? So one of the models that I'm following, guys, is from Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary Vaynerchuk is building a marketing machine. He's learning social media. He's learning all of these different platforms. He's learning this space of marketing. And he says for one main reason is when you have your own marketing engine, you can drop any product in it and make it succeed. On top of that, he is predicting that when the economy really crashes, you're going to be able to buy some dope businesses, business assets for pennies on a dollar. And if you have a marketing engine that already exists, then you drop those businesses that you bought for pennies on a dollar into your own marketing engine, turn those businesses around, and then sell them at a premium when the market turns around. And I'm like, man, that's heavy. That's a big way to think. That's a big way to think. He's someone who has a $200 million business, $300 million business. He doesn't have to be doing the work that he's doing to build this marketing engine, this marketing company known as Banner Media. But he's doing it, as he says, so when the ish hits the fan, a lot of these companies are going to go under that have solid products and services, but they're over leveraged. He's going to be able to swoop in, buy them at a discount, ride out the storm, put those companies in his marketing engine, turn them around or keep them afloat until the market recovers, and then boom, and those companies go back to full throttle, right? Think about when Warren Buffett invested in Coca-Cola. Solid brand, down economy. They were looking bad on paper. The outside looking in, they were looking like they were on their last leg. He went and bought a boatload of shares. They rebounded. Right? So buying businesses could be a thing, right? So that is definitely one that I have check marked for myself to come out and buy. Brave, not perfect. Reshma Sajana. Sajani, is that it? Let's see. Yeah, Sajani, right? Right. Think of Ty Lopez. He's another one, right? Buying, household names. And as this economy turns around, he's going to start dropping because didn't he buy Pier One? Didn't he buy Radio Shack and some other brands out of bankruptcy, right? That like you got to understand that you got a marketing engine, then you can do a lot with that. An inspiring read with a focus on society's tendencies to protect women from failure, which in turn impedes their growth. That does not mean it is a book for women. Anybody and everyone should read this book. Alchemy, the surprising power of ideas that don't make sense. Rory Sutherland, right? Advertising legend and TED speaker Rory Sutherland explains the best way to solve problems with creativity, come up with great ideas, and impact our environment is to let go of logic. Sutherland says that creativity is killed by playing it safe. Wait, what? Man, y'all got to be willing to take some risk, right? Yeah, Mark says he's moving them to e-commerce platforms. Exactly, because he's built a marketing engine as the face of so many brands from his early days in infomercials. Smart move. But what did he do, Mark? He made sure he positioned himself to leverage other people's money. He positioned himself to leverage other people's money, people. And that's the key. All right. So let's see. Atomic Habits by James Clear, right? An easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. I might need this one as well. James Clear specifies the 4 main laws that need to be taken into account when developing new habits. Obvious, easy, attractive, satisfying. A huge book within the self-development world, and quite often self-development and entrepreneurship overlap, right? I like that one. Book of Branding, right? Book of Branding is an essential addition to the startup toolkit designed for entrepreneurs, founders, visual designers, brand creators, and anyone seeking to decode the complicated world of brand identity. The conversational, jargon-free tone of the book helps the reader to understand the essential elements of the brand identity process. So if you're trying to figure out branding, then this might be the book for you. Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. This is another good one. Building a Story Brand teaches readers the 7 universal story points of humans respond to, the real reason customers make purchases, how to simplify a brand message so people understand it, and how to create the most effective messaging for websites, brochures, and social media. Whether you are the marketing director of a multi-million-dollar company, the owner of a small business, a politician running for office, or the lead singer of a rock band, building a story brand will forever transform the way you talk about who you are, what you do, and the unique value you bring to your customers. That, my friend, sounds like a great book. The Brain Gap. The Brain Gap is the first book to present a unified theory of brand building, whereas most books on branding are weighted towards either a strategic or creative approach. This book shows you how both ways of thinking can unite to produce a charismatic brand. I love that. The brand group. Let's see, how many more do we have on this thing? How much time we got left? Oh, we got time for these last few. All right. Logo modernism. This incredible book brings together approximately 6,000 trademarks focused on the period 1940 to 1980 to examine how modernist attitudes and imperatives gave birth to corporate identity, ranging from media outfits to retail giants, airlines to art galleries, including geometric effect and typography, and sorted into form and style, such as the alphabet, overlay, dots, and squares. So if you're into trying to figure out, or if you create logos and designs, and you're trying to see how those things move people, right? That's a good one. Primal Branding by Patrick Hanlon. In Primal Branding, Hanlon explores those 7 components known as the primal code and shows how to use and combine them to create a community of believers in which the consumer develops a powerful emotional attachment to the brand, right? Building your tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like it. Like, Apple is a $3 trillion company because they did what? They understood the mission. The mission was to build a tribe that's so loyal that if I pull out my Samsung Android phone in the wrong environment, I'm afraid I might get jumped on. Right? because they built such a loyal tribe. Now watch this. The reason Android is a distant two is because whenever you build a tribe, by default, you build an anti-tribe. See, the reason that people are rocking with Samsung is not because they like Samsung, it's because they dislike Apple so much that they want to make Samsung a thing, right? When you build tribe, by default, you build anti-tribe. But what did they focus on? I go back to my favorite quote from Tyra Banks. Different is better than better. They didn't come out and talk about how they were better than any other cell phone, any other operating system. They just came out and said, hey man, we're different. The things that our systems are able to do, they are great for that creative on-the-go type person. They saw Microsoft as the square inside the box, inside the line coloring organization, and there's certain types of people that fit that. But they said Microsoft does not serve that creative spirit, that easy go with the flow person, that hipster, right? So they built their brand for them. And it turned out that there are way more people who identify with that creative vibe than anybody had anticipated. Now, though their tribe will say that Apple is better than anything else out there, Apple themselves just says we're different. We're cool. We are a brand for cool people. We're a brand who identify as creators, right? So you got to understand where your tribe lies. And if you follow Myron Golden, he talks about the 3 moves that Apple made that took them to $1 trillion. He said they understand first and foremost that they are in the customer acquisition business. So they acquire customers faster and better than anybody else. Then when they acquired the customers, they wowed the customers. They gave the customers a better experience than anyone else had given them, a sense of belonging. And then they assembled the tribe every year at their events, at their product launches. You ever notice that they have a major product launch around every 3 or 4 months? Why? So their tribe can come together and the new customers can talk to the old customers about how long they've been with Apple products. And the old customers can talk to the new customers about what's new. Right? It's different, not better, just different. And they stood on and highlighted what makes them different than the competition and not to make them better, right? So just thought I'd share that with you as we were talking about branding. Influence, the psychology of persuasion. In this bestseller, it explains the psychology of why people say yes and how to apply these principles ethically in business and everyday situations. You'll learn the 6 universal principles of influence and how to use them to become a skilled persuader, and just as importantly, how to defend against dishonest influence attempts. So that is Influence by Robert Cialdini, Cialdini, right? This is Marketing by Seth Godin. See, Seth Godin made the list twice. Seth Godin made the list twice. Seth has taught and inspired millions of entrepreneurs, marketers, and leaders via his blog, online courses, lectures, and best-selling books. Now, for the first time, Golden offers the core of his marketing wisdom in one concept, accessible and timeless package, right? This is marketing shows you how to do work you're proud of, whether you're a tech startup founder, a small business owner, or an executive at a large corporation. This is Marketing by Seth Godin. All right, how much time we got? We tracking. 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn, right? Power ideas from America's foremost business philosopher. Gives advice on how to set goals, control one's finances, change one's habits, find wisdom, and improves one's lifestyle. Man, the king, man. The king, right? Says, Mark says, we are currently working on the book Influencer. Oh man, that is super, super dope. I've got to get into Seth Godin's work, man. I am not a fan, not because he's not great, because I didn't know really anything about him, right? That's Russell's boy. Okay, well, if he's Russell's boy, then he will soon become my boy. All right, so let's see. Hey, I think we did it. I think that was the last one on the list. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I put the link in the comments. 24 books every entrepreneur should read. Go out and grab that list. Now, let me tell you something. If you're going to go out and grab the books on that list, you might want to think about becoming an Amazon affiliate. I believe in prosumer power, right? Consumers and prosumers are different. A consumer is an amateur spender. A prosumer is a professional spender. What's the difference between amateurs and professionals? Think about it. Think about an amateur athlete and a professional athlete. What's the difference? The difference between amateurs and professionals in almost any arena is professionals get paid. That's right. So when you talk about amateur spenders versus professional spenders, Cortez, are you telling me that professional spenders get paid for spending money? That's exactly what I'm telling you. See, every single one of you listening to the sound of my voice can go sign up right now today for Amazon's affiliate program. And Amazon will pay you anywhere between 5 and 40% depending on the products or services that you sell through your affiliate link. So what you could do, if you like any of these 24 books, you can go sign up for Amazon's affiliate program. Once they approve you as an affiliate, they're going to give you a link that's unique to you. That's basically your own Amazon store. And what you do is you go through your own link and you start buying these 24 books and you start making bank. But not only do you buy these 24 books through your Amazon link, everything that you buy from Amazon, you start buying through your own link. And when the commissions get to a certain point, they'll send you a check. Now, I don't shop enough at Amazon to do that because they have a certain threshold. And I've been an Amazon affiliate a few different times. I just didn't buy enough within 90 days for them to keep me on as an affiliate. But if you buy products from Amazon every day, if that Prime truck shows up at your door 2 or 3 times a week, you need to become an Amazon affiliate. And you need to start buying all of your products and services through your own affiliate link. And it's basically like your own cashback program. Some products, there's a 5% commission on. Some products, there's a 25% commission on. Just depends on what you're buying. But if you're making all your purchases through Amazon anyway, you might as well become an Amazon affiliate. You might as well tell your wife, your coworkers, your friends who are also heavy into Amazon to start shopping through your affiliate link too, because you'll make commissions on any and everything that they put in their cart. Like that's the difference between an amateur and a professional. Amateurs don't get paid, professionals do. So if you're spending your life as a consumer, you might look at becoming a prosumer. And guess what? Amazon sells everything. So if you're an Amazon affiliate, you can literally get paid for everything that you buy. But watch this. 90% of all businesses have an affiliate program. So maybe you get most of your stuff from Amazon, but there's certain things that you get from Macy's or Neiman Market or Best Buy or some of these other stores. They got affiliate programs too. So wherever you shop at regularly, see if they have an affiliate program. Join their affiliate program. Get their link and use it for yourself first and foremost. And then here's how you take it to the next level. When you go out and buy something cool, go grab your affiliate link to that product and post it on social media and say, man, just grab this new 60-inch TV. Great deal at Amazon. Just wanted to share that with y'all. If somebody on your social media profile clicks on that link and goes and looks at that TV, you know what Amazon is going to do? Amazon is going to tag that person with a cookie. And if they don't get the TV that day, in fact, if they don't get the TV at all, but a week later, they go back to Amazon to buy anything, guess who gets credit for the referral? I'm just saying, man, I'm just here to see people win, no matter what. And you know what? If you're going to do that regularly and consistently to the tune of 4 to 5 hours per week, that qualifies as a home-based business. Now you can get all of the tax write-offs. See how all of it comes together, y'all? See how it all comes together. You go out and grab one of these books through your own affiliate link. You put the link to the book that you just bought on social media and say, hey, man, I'm excited that I just got my copy of Jim's Rohn Wealth and Happiness book. Just wanted to share the link in just case y'all want to go grab it too. That's like, there's too many ways out here for us to start shifting the way that we think, to start going down the path of economic empowerment for ourselves. But we got to start taking some massive action. We've got to start plugging into things like this. Now, how many of you guys feel that that last 7 minutes was worthy of a share? Was that last 7 minutes golden? Are you glad that you watched the whole show to the end? If so, man, hit that share button. We got to get out of here, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Y'all know how we do it tomorrow, man. Bring your questions about marketing, about branding, about wealth creation, about whatever you want to talk about. I'll do my best to help you. So we do free game Fridays on tomorrow. So come back, hang out with us yet again on tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. And hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.